We are on to our main award of the evening, the Racy Bliss Award. A number of years ago, our fraternity initiated an annual award given to an alumnus of our chapter who has displayed the high ideals of brotherhood and achievement throughout his life. It is only fitting that the award is named for the brother who was the first recipient, the late Racy Bliss. Along with the past recipients, which are listed in the program, tonight one more brother joins this honored roll. And I'd like to invite all the past recipients of the Racy Bliss to please stand. A little bit about Mr. Bliss. He was known nationally as a consummate political strategist and organizer in Summit County and for the National Republican, or as the National Republican Party chairman. He was, in 1926, as a University of Akron undergraduate, pledged Sigma Beta Nu. An incident during his active chapter years is often cited as the beginning of his success as a political strategist. The incident involved the election of the May Queen, a prestigious campus event during the 1920s and 30s. Ray Bliss was chosen to manage the campaign of the Sigma Beta Nu candidate. Under Mr. Bliss's leadership in a spirited and hard-fought campaign, the Sigma Beta Nu candidate won by a few votes. A losing fraternity, which had dominated previous elections, contested the election results. While not responsible for the protested campaign violations, as campaign chairman, Mr. Bliss took responsibility for the infractions and was disciplined by the university. However, the Sigma Beta Nu candidate was declared the winner. Ray Bliss was a double winner later, as he married Helen Palmer, the Sigma Beta Nu candidate, and as a result of his experience, decided to make politics his career. As an alumnus, Mr. Bliss was a loyal Phi Tau and Alpha Phi supporter. An example of his loyalty and sense of brotherhood was his willingness to place brothers in important positions within the local party organization. A further demonstration was the establishment of a scholarship fund for political science majors attending the university. Members of Alpha Phi have a priority as recipients. In 1977, he was the recipient of the Borrowdale Award given by the Phi Kappa National Fraternity for outstanding achievement. And this is why we have the award in his name tonight. And I believe Brother Jeff Eicher is going to come up and say a few words first about. Ready? Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Before I start talking about my very good friend Rob, I would just like to thank Mike. Mike, you've been doing this a long time. You keep all of us together. You do a tremendous job, and I want to thank you for all the work that you do. So it's my great pleasure to give you a few words tonight about my very good friend Rob McCarty. I pledged in '80. Rob pledged very shortly after I did. Rob has one of those infectious personalities. Everyone likes him. Rob and I became great friends almost immediately. And then after that, we did what a lot of young college kids do. We spent way too much time drinking beer, smoking cigarettes, getting in classes, chasing girls, doing all those things that our parents didn't want us to do, but we did them anyway. We had the time of our lives and all the lessons in life that we learned. I could probably stand up here for hours and tell stories about all of the things that Rob and I got ourselves into. And while a trip down that memory lane might be fun, I don't really think it's fitting for the evening that we have here tonight. So I'm going to go down a little bit different road. Instead, I'm going to talk about what I've learned in those early years and what I've continued to learn over the years about my friend Rob, the kind of person he is, and why he is so deserving of this award. I mentioned that Rob has an infectious personality, and he really does. I don't know anyone that dislikes Rob McCarty. It's actually sometimes a little bit annoying being Rob's friend, because if you ever try to walk down Main Street with Rob McCarty, you're stopped every 2 or 3 minutes by a total stranger who wants to shake Rob's hand because they knew him in kindergarten or wherever. And the amazing thing about Rob is he will remember their names. And you'll stand there for those 2 or 3 minutes, twiddling your thumbs, wondering, okay, how many times until we get down to, wherever it is that we're going, do I have to be stopped by a total stranger? But after this brief thing is over, then you'll continue on with your walk, and Rob will tell you, I met that person in grade school, and I haven't seen them in 50 years. Sorry. And, so Rob has this ability to win people over, and he's been doing it his whole life, and I guess he did it with me when he pledged Phi Kappa. That makes me ask the question, why is Rob liked by so many people that he sees, and so many people that he meets? And all I can tell you is that my friend Rob, he draws the goodness out of me. And I've never heard Rob talk poorly, really, about anyone. That's just the kind of person he is. He tries to elevate me. He tries to make me a little bit like him from time to time, because if I run into somebody that I really don't like, I can say some words that I really never want to say in front of my grandmother. But Rob's not that kind of guy. He always looks for the good in people, and he always talks highly about people, and is very respectful of everyone he meets, even if they have some failings. Rob he's just one of those kinds of guys who treats everybody with respect and professionalism. Rob is also a very hard worker. He has tremendous work ethic. When we were in undergrad, we didn't have a tremendous work ethic for things other than skipping class and doing things that we shouldn't do. But Rob and I ultimately went on to law school. And that's where we had to buckle down, right? And after we graduated from law school, we began a very serious business of practicing law and trying to represent people and help them. Rob went to work for the city for a little bit after he graduated. Then he did some time in the prosecutor's office. Then he went into private practice for about 10 years. And in his private practice, he had a strong emphasis on juvenile law. He was asked to become a magistrate down at the juvenile court about 10, 12, some 14 years ago. It's been a while. He did that. He's still there. He's now the chief magistrate at the juvenile court. And he's truly an expert in what he does. It's what he's put his life to. He's worked hard at it. And he's very good at what he does. I look at this work ethic that Rob has always displayed, and I look at Rob's life and I see success all the way across the board for him. I think Rob always wanted to be, first and foremost, a good husband, a good father. And he's done that. His wonderful wife Susie is here with him tonight. She's also a great friend of ours. Very also is very interested in physical fitness. He's run many marathons. He's won more races than I can recount. He's a world-class athlete, is what he is. I'm sure most of you don't know Rob is a very humble guy. He would never talk about it. But Rob is, at least within the last few years, was ranked at the top 10 in the nation in a couple of track events for his age group. He's truly an incredible athlete. None of this, the career, the dedication to his physical fitness, his family, none of it comes easily. It comes because Rob is an incredibly hard worker. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't say enough about this fine man. I'm so happy that he is the recipient of this award tonight. He's very deserving of it. Please join me in giving him Rob McCarty, the winner of the Racing Bliss Award. Rob's been a magistrate for about 14 years. He's now running for a seat on our Common Pleas bench. I would humbly ask you to consider supporting Rob in his candidacy for this seat. Two reasons. When I was a pledge, when I was rushing to the Trinity House, I walked into that chapter room and I saw those pictures of Racy, Bliss, Allard, Spicer, all these people. And I went home and I told my parents, you can't believe how many people, dignitaries, public officials are members of this fraternity. It was really impressive. So that was one of the reasons that I joined Phi Kappa, was all of the people who have come out of this fraternity and have done such great things with their lives. As I pledged later that semester, John Heffern took me out for some beers. Other brothers were there too. We had way too much to drink that night, and I got into a little argument at the bar. Arlo, who I didn't even know, comes out of the blue. I was playing foosball with the pledge brother. We get into an argument with these two strangers that we're playing foosball with. Arlo comes over and says, "What's the problem?" And I said, "Well, we're getting into an argument with these guys." Arlo took this total stranger by the head, banged his head off the foosball table, and said, "This argument's over." And that's an extreme example, but it taught me a lesson. And the lesson it taught me is that we stick up for our brothers. I'm going to humbly ask that you guys do that with Rob. He's running for a seat that's very important to him. And I would hope that we could come together as brothers and we could support Rob. Put another picture in that bookcase at the Trinity House to show that we have another judge that's a Phi Kappa. So, for whatever it's worth, folks, I'm asking you to support Rob McCarty. Now, Rob, please come up.
It is a great honor to stand before you today, fellow brothers of the Phi Kappa fraternity and guests, as the latest recipient of the Racing Bliss Award. Thank you for this honor, thank you for your attendance, and thank you for the chance to speak. My path to initiation of Phi Kappa was mostly typical for its day, but in the way the path later opened to wide roads and highways, they were unexpected. Many positive consequences of becoming a brother of Phi Kappa, and especially becoming a member of the family here at the Alpha Phi chapter, cannot be overstated. Pledging Phi Kappa was one of the best decisions, if not the single best decision that I had ever made. And it all began from the moment I walked through the doors of the chapter house all those years ago. Please let me tell you how it happened. I was 2 years out of a local high school, attending my hometown university, but I wasn't very motivated in studying or changing my ways of socializing or meeting new people. I had started college as an engineering major, but I couldn't pass calculus, so I changed majors to English on a lark. In fact, I had taken a semester off from school too, not sure in which direction I wanted to go. But I was hanging with old high school friends who didn't go away to a fancy college like most of my other high school buddies had. I happened to be dating a sorority woman whom I had met through an older brother, and she suggested to me that I join a fraternity, but I was not easily convinced. The movie Animal House had been released just a couple of years earlier, and I was not sure I wanted to join a group like that. At least, I was not going to openly admit to my parents that I wanted to join a group like that. But after giving it some serious thought, I decided to give it a try. And I told myself that I was going to visit every single frat house on the campus to see whether or not any of them seemed to be a good fit. And so I did. I visited every house on campus, with the exception of Phi Kappa. I was disheartened to find that the other houses and the members, they just didn't seem to be compatible. I had received a couple of bids, but I knew that that wasn't right for me. Nevertheless, I was determined to keep my word to myself. So on the last day of this deal that I had made with myself, I walked into the back door of the Phi Kappa house, the last house on my list, and my life changed forever. As soon as I walked through that back door, I could hear 1950s music blasting away on a huge stereo system. And I could see there was a sock hop happening in the party room. The brothers and their guests were dressed in 1950s outfit, and they were jitterbugging on the dance floor. Of course, there was beer as well. But young people my age dancing to music that I loved, that was it. I found a young lady there whom I had met in high school through junior achievement. She told me all about the fraternity, and she introduced me to several of the brothers, including Jeff Eicher, the house president at the time. I didn't know it then, but he would eventually be the best man at my wedding, my best friend to this day. And so the rest, they say, has become history. Shortly thereafter, I pledged to be a brother forever to an outstanding group of men who were ambitious, self-motivated, smart, friendly, fun, and of course who also wanted to socialize in sororities. I moved into the chapter house that fall. I eventually served as president of the house, served as an officer on the Interfraternity Council. But during my time as president, I learned how to form and work with a team of officers, collect rent, collect dues, pay taxes, pay utilities, conduct meetings, and other such businesses. Not to mention cleaning up after brothers who found in trouble along the way. Running a small business in college with a group of your peers is a great training for life. Sitting quietly in a book-to hall office in front of some university bigwig with our chapter lawyer and alumni advisor Jerry Lipsick sitting next to me because of some extracurricular activities of a few of the brothers, was also a learning experience, to say the least. But believe it or not, Phi Kappa Tau helped me to focus on my schoolwork, to keep graduation as my goal, and it even taught me how to have fun and enjoy life while I was doing that. While I was not the best of students, I wanted to help our chapter compare favorably to other fraternities on the campus in grade rankings. It was good to be among other college students who wanted to succeed and who wanted to work hard in order to excel. The next step along the path at Phi Kappa Tau was even more unexpected. At graduation, Jeff Eicher and I had earned our undergraduate degrees, his in psychology, mine in English, and we were sitting wondering what to do with those degrees on the back there, drinking beers with Jerry Lindsay at the back of the chapter house. We asked Jerry, what is it that we should do next? We don't know what to do with our undergraduate degrees. He just looked at us simply and said, why don't you both just go to law school? Jeff and I just looked at each other, had another drink of our beer, and said, okay. And that was it. After a gap year between college and law school, a gap year in which Jeff and I lived for a year at Highland Square, stories about which you may hear later off the record, Jeff and I successfully completed law school, started our families, and began our life's work. The years since then, of course, have been filled with many joys, many sorrows. The joys have included playing oldies rock and roll with two brilliant musicians, Bobby Bravatti and Dante Lombardi, both brothers, and the sorrows including the funeral of a pledge member, Scott McGowan. But throughout it all, my Phi Tau friends have been the most loyal and loving, especially at times when I was not the most loyal and loving of friends and brothers. But many of us, including Jeff and me, met and married sorority women who have become our life partners. But the friendships forged through our fraternity have been the solid foundation of my adulthood. This is my story. Each of you has your own amazing and inspiring story to tell. And our stories join those of the brothers who went before us, and they will join the stories of the brothers who will follow us. And collectively, we have created and will carry forward the legacy of an awesome fraternity that is even more of the sum of all of our stories. It has been an absolute joy to be a part of this outstanding fraternity and to be a brother to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you for the honor of the Bliss Award. It is my wish today to witness a long line of you in the years to come, to follow me on this podium, and to tell your story of how Phi Kappa Tau has made you the successful, happy person that you have become. Best of luck to all of you. Thanks.
Congratulations again, Rob, and all the award winners tonight. You're truly a shining star of what our chapter represents, so thank you.